You're walking along the street, or you're at a party, or else you're alone and then you suddenly dead. You're looking at someone nice and suddenly realize that this could be the start of something big.
You're lunching at 21 and watching your diet, declining a solid roost, accepting a fig. When out of the clear blue sky, it's suddenly guy and guy, and this could be the start of something big. Hey! Yay! Are you ready for some cooking, for readings? We're so excited. Let me lower this. We're so excited. Where are you?
I'm here.
That we're here again, and I got the comments all set from last week. There was so many issues.
Hello,
so
everyone.
I can see Joanne and
Deborah.
Yes, and Deborah and
Irish Princess.
Kim is here also. So wait till you see what he's going to make tonight. I mean, I know I posted it, but honestly, it is one of my favorites when he does this.
Everything I do, it's your favorite.
Well, because it's so good, right? The apple butternut squash. It's really, really good. So wait till you get the recipe. See how he does it. I'm going to throw in some readings. Hey, Karen. And
today you'll be able to do readings.
I can see comments finally. So this is going to be the
start of something
big. Right? I love it. So I'm so excited you guys are all here.
Hopefully not our waist. I'm just saying. Well, after today,
just our heads, yes, maybe, right?
Yes.
So, but I'm really, really excited that we're here, that you guys are here. How is everybody? This is Sunday with STELIX, right?
That's right.
Which is so much fun. So, you know, as we've been doing, this is the third episode. So as we've been doing a little wrap before we start going, what's been going on?
A whole lot's been going on. There's growth. Susie. So this is the start of my month. October is my month, and my birthday is coming up next. When is my birthday coming up?
I was having technical problems.
October 7th. I think it's a Saturday.
Yes.
And I shared this before. You know, it sort of feels bittersweet because, you know, I'm excited about my birthday, but this is the first birthday without my mom, you know, and I know that she was always very excited to celebrate with me. So, you know, it's a bittersweet, you know, celebration, but Steven is taking me to Provincetown to celebrate. And that's one of my favorite places in the world. So,
sound like you were going to say Prague.
Well,
that's a little bit different than P-Town, but...
Hint. You know, I would take Prague too, but I love Provincetown, and
we're gonna have a good time for your
birthday.
We're
gonna have a great time.
Yes.
We'll be staying with our friends Steve and Brendan
yes.
at the A Dyer
yes.
In Provincetown,
yes.
and so I'm very happy about that. But that's really what's going on.
Yes,
you know. So the start of my month, I celebrate my birthday just as much as you celebrate your birthday, and
yes.
So
I'm a yes guy today. Yes. Yes.
Can we get that? Can we get that recorded, please?
No, I'm not going to even post this video because of what I just said. So, you know what's going on with me? I have one less tooth. That's what's going on with me.
Thankfully, not here.
No, not
somewhat back there.
Not in the front. But as you may have heard, that I had to. I have a root canal. That's it's not the last tooth in the back, but it's the one next to the wisdom teeth. So I needed to get it. It was just sort of falling apart, and there's nothing they can do because it's a root canal from many years ago. So ultimately, I can get it pulled out and leave it like that, or get an implant. So of course, I elected to do the implant. But now, you know, last week I think I did. What would you do? All right, are you guys ready for this? Are they ready?
I don't know. I have no idea what are we supposed to be ready for.
So you know.
So
I go, listen, maybe some of you can sort of, you know, give me some feedback. So I go for the consultation about a month ago. Okay. Doctor was really nice. I get x-rays. They do the big, like, you know, spaceship thing that goes around your head. And if it just grabs you close enough, you'll, like The Exorcist, your whole head would spin and you'd throw up something, right? But it's a huge major thing. So they get that all done. I get
That's the X-ray.
Yes, I get so nervous that the woman giving me the X-ray, I give her a reading, and she loved it. So she brings me into the room. The doctor comes in. We go through the whole consultation. What's going to happen? How long it takes. How long it takes to recover, and so everything is good, right? So I walk out, and there's three different women waiting at the door for me. You're a medium? So the one I read told everyone, and they all wanted to be read, which of course I couldn't. But it was really
well. That's
it was really
also
fun.
because when he gets nervous,
I just said that,
and he's a big baby. That's what happens.
That is true. I am a big baby. But now, ready for here's the climax of this. So Friday I go in. It's supposed to be at 12:30. They tell me Thursday, can you come in a half hour earlier? Not a problem. So this one, after 30 years of being together, still comes with me. He's like the best, and everyone knows he's the best.
And I waited like nearly 2 hours outside just for him to be ready. But I didn't know like how complicated the procedure is, and that's why I wanted to be there.
So any case,
little did I know there was going to be lots happening.
So all of a sudden, Elix gets bing this text as I'm in the dentist's office. He's in his car waiting, doing work. This close to leaving. And he's like, what the hell is going on? So let me tell you what's going on. So I go in, woman I'd never met before brings me into the office. She sits me down, and right from the get-go, completely so negative. Everything came out of her mouth negative. She's telling me about the procedure, which is fine, but 9 out of 10 times it's a routine procedure, but there's that one time. So I said to her, I am not going to be that one time. I'm going to be the 9 times. Now, I had the night before, I did Reiki all over my tooth, my face, to make sure I was all prepared that this was going to go really smoothly. So when I said that to her, she looked at me and said, oh, well, this is a root canal, and it's been there for a long time. And when there's root canals, I'm just looking at her like, what do you gain from that? Like, what do you benefit? If you were my friend, you wouldn't be my friend, right? I don't do negativity and stuff like that, right?
But in fairness, a lot of us are conditioned to always look at the negative.
Yes.
And, and we sometimes we speak it like just matter of fact, like, oh, you should be careful. This is what happens. And we practice not
even to go there, right? I wasn't going there that there was going to be nothing, right? So so she was getting on my last nerve because she was so negative. Now you got to remember, I was going in like so anxiety ridden because I have never had a tooth pulled. I'm a big baby. I have never been in a hospital to get anything done, moved, nothing, right? Absolutely nothing.
Now, mind you, you heard the one bing. By now, they were like bing. Bing, bing. I'm like, what is going on over there, Stephen? Go ahead.
So then out of nowhere, she says, okay, here's your pills. And I said, my pills for what? She said, amoxicillin. And she shows me the cup, like little thing. And there's 4 of them, 4 amoxicillins. I'm like, wait a minute. You want me to take 4 amoxicillins? And she said, yeah, that's the procedure. I'm like, listen, I needed to know that. I mean, I don't have any issues taking amoxicillin, but it does a number on my stomach, right? As Elix knows. So I have to take probiotics before I start taking any kind of antibiotic, or my stomach, I'm just in the bathroom like every second. So she's like, well, it's 4.
Oops, sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
I said,
talking.
Well, listen, you got to get the doctor. So she leaves, she comes back, and she tells me, the doctor said it's okay to just do 1 amoxicillin. So I'm like, okay, I'm good with that. As soon as I get home, I will take the probiotic, which we have at home. Let's be careful.
Yeah, I got it.
You smell this one. I mean, are you like 5?
Can you move?
See, this is why I have OCD, because behind the scenes, he's moving things, dropping things, water's all over the place, right? So
that's what happens.
So here I am. I take 1 amoxicillin. I'm like, I just wanted to get this thing started, right? Hey, Denise. And all of a sudden I hear from behind, because I can't see the door because where the chair's facing the window, I hear the roll away. It's like someone's coming in with a cot, like I'm going to be laid out or something. I hear the wheels, and I'm like, okay, so maybe these are the tools, I guess. I don't know. She the same one wheels it right next to me. There's 2 vials empty, and there's a needle. And I looked at him like, what is that? And she said, well, the nurse will be in to take your blood. Listen, I don't even know
But
how.
by now, my cell phone goes bing, 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 and I'm thinking, oh my God, Steven, can't you please be like a normal human being?
I'm not normal.
No.
So I just freaked the F out. Just saying. I'm like in my head, I was like saying more than the F. I was saying the actual word.
He was coming. He was coming home.
Yes, yes. I was
without
like,
a tooth.
I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And she's looking at me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Blood? No one told me anything about blood. I mean, this is a dentist office or American Red Cross that I'm giving platelets. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I said to her, you need to get the doctor in here now. And I was not thrilled with her from the get-go. So as she's like walking by me, she said, I'll go get the doctor, Steve. And that was all I needed to hear. I'm like,
Steve.
It's Steven. No, I don't do Steve. So, I sound like so mean, and I'm not. I'm a peach all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like really, really anxious. So the doctor comes in and he's telling me why they use the blood. Sounds like an incredible procedure that they take your blood and then they put it in like this spinning machine and they remove whatever they need to actually in the process of your tooth, which allegedly or supposedly is supposed to make the tooth heal quicker, which is great. Who doesn't want that? Because it's your own stuff. But I said to the doctor, I said, doctor, you have to understand that I was here for like 45 minutes in a consultation. Nothing's changed from then to now. I said, why didn't anybody tell me about the blood? It was never.
You do have a good point.
It was never mentioned to me.
That is a good
I'm like,
point.
and for people coming in here that are petrified like myself, I never had a tooth pulled. I clearly wasn't thrilled about it. But I'm like, and then there's like a cart with vials waiting to take my blood. So ultimately, you know what? If I knew ahead of time, I probably would have done it. If it was going to make things go better, obviously I would have. But so then I calm down, and then the assistant comes in, and I'm like, oh, Lord, and I look up, and it's a new assistant. I'm like, you're new, and she's like, I am new. So the other one was just, I guess,
ran. Probably didn't want anything to do with the mean patient.
And of course, I'm sure this dentist office, because when I came for my consultation, they all know I'm the medium, so they're probably now I'm labeled the mean medium. Just saying, just saying. Yeah. So I got it done, and I got to tell you, for everybody listening, watching, hearing me now or at some point, no pain. I had a tooth removed in the back. The procedure was less than 30 minutes. The only thing that freaked me out was that, and I didn't go under. There's no way in hell I was going under, right? So I knew what was going on. I just had Novocaine in my mouth. But, and he prepared me. The doctor is incredible. He really is incredible. Very soothing, just an amazing guy. And he said, you're going to be hearing cracking. And I'm like, what's the cracking? He said, your tooth. And he's like, but that's normal. I'm like, I said, okay. Thank God he told me, because he's doing it and you hear snap, crackle, pop, like I'm eating cereal. The tooth was completely cracking. I know. Are you thinking I'm so dramatic? I am. And so I was like, thank God you told me that. But I felt nothing. And that was Friday. Saturday morning, I woke up. Friday night, I slept the entire night. Didn't even know I had a procedure. There was, he acts.
Well, you are taking pain meds. You're doing your cocktail.
Well, no,
you're being very responsible.
If I wanted Vicodin, I think, and I told him, no, I do not want that. And he said, he was sort of glad that I didn't want it, which I wouldn't have taken anyway for a tooth. But he just said, do like a cocktail of Tylenol and ibuprofen. So that's what I've been doing every 6 hours. As a matter of fact, today I cut it back. I'm doing it every 7 hours now, and I'm slowly want to get off it completely ASAP. I'm not too fast because I don't want to be. Karen, look at, like, you were awake. Of course, it was nothing.
Karen, are you kidding me? That was part of the, the drama. Like, he was not going to go under.
No, because I wouldn't come out again.
I
would be now on the other side.
He was going to be dead.
I wouldn't be able to be doing what I do for you people. I would have been on the other side, coming like, hey, hi Sue, hi Karen, hi Susan. So in any case, it all worked out well. I have 2 weeks that I have a phone consultation with him. I could do it in person, but I don't think it's necessary, because I had a little bit of swelling here, which is just about done.
He doesn't. I think you can barely see anything.
And I'm all good. No pain. Yeah. Like when I tell you, I could feel like the sort of pressure when it was happening. But other than that, he did an amazing job. The implants in. So I'll just wait for it to heal and get it done, and I'm good to go.
When he came home, he was like, if any of you watch Seinfeld, he was like Kramer after somebody punched him in the mouth, and he was numbed, you know.
Like from Seinfeld, right?
From Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sing the song because that's a terrible episode, Seinfeld episode. But anyways, nevertheless,
That's my life. So
yes.
Thank God it's over and done with. We're good, and I'm gonna have like another tooth in place. I'm like, I am not gonna leave a hole in my mouth. That's just me. I mean, maybe others would, but even if it's in the back, I'm like, no. I mean, and especially if they're gonna affect the rest of my teeth, I want these choppers until I'm like 110. So
and once again, you know, one of those very quick Steven stories that, you know, took probably half the show. So I better get in gear with what I'm doing.
Everybody wants to know that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, everybody wants to
seriously.
know. So but let me just tell you.
Thank God I have a quick recipe today because we're running out of time.
Probably not, but I got to tell you one thing before we stop.
Oh my God, I don't even know where he's coming. Oh.
Okay, so now this is just between. Hey Liz, it's just between us girls. I found 2 like gray hairs here in my eyebrow. What the hell am I gonna do? Like, look, what do you do for eyebrows? I've had these dark, full eyebrows my whole life. Just like, what happened? What happened?
I don't know. The demonstration
It's gone.
It's gone. Actually, maybe it fell on the way. That may actually be a better demonstration.
I was going to show you that we have so much in common. We may have so much in common because he normally has this thick eyebrow that fell off. But look, I just went to grab him. It's gone. This is
it's the universe. Oh my God.
You couldn't make this up. Look at his eyebrow. When I was coming downstairs, it probably fell off. And he's got a really thick eyebrow.
We'll shave them and then I'll draw them for you. Yeah, exactly. Pluck them. That's exactly.
Pluck? No.
What is that such a big deal?
But I'm not plucking my eyebrows.
Why not?
Because first of all, I'm not a woman, and secondly, I'm not plucking my eyebrows. Like, I like my eyebrows.
Well, then
They've
have
always been
white eyebrows.
And besides the fact, this is probably TMI, but I'm like, for me, the hair on my body is like from here up. Like, I'm not a hairy person here down. I'm just not, right? It's from here up.
So in a few days,
so I want to see the beautiful hair.
In a few days, I will see Steven with, hair color here because he's coloring his eyebrows only.
Orange eyebrows.
Oh my God, seriously. I can't even with him. Are we going to get going here before the show is over today?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Are you guys ready?
Are you ready for some apple
butternut squash
for the fall?
For the fall. The fall is my favorite time of the year. Today is October 1st. It begins my birthday celebration, and this is one of my favorite recipes.
Yes.
So it's a pretty simple recipe, very, very simple.
We need more like a different music to like transition into the cooking thing too. We're gonna have to work on that, right?
You work on it. But anyways, so first things first, look at what I've made. So, if I'm making homemade soup, right? How could I not make homemade rolls? So they're just risen and they're about to go into the oven. And this is my version of Parker House rolls. So they are super delicious. This will be another recipe for another show. So if you want the recipe
the Parker House rolls,
how to make these amazing rolls, I will get it done in another show. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the oven because
they are amazing. Seriously, they are so good. And I don't think they're very hard. I'm not probably the best person to be able to tell you that, but I don't think they are. I think they're pretty easy. I think pretty much you just throw the yeast up and the stuff comes out like that, and then you just throw them in the oven, right, Elix?
What?
He's busy over there putting in the rolls, but the rolls are so amazing. The problem, if you like bread, is that you can eat 17 of them. That's how good they are.
So move closer so that people can see what I'm up to. Now, in the interest of time, I did some prep work. So You know, I use the whole butternut squash. You could use the whole butternut squash. You could use the one that's already cubed. Now, Steven.
No, wait a minute, but how did you cut the butternut squash? Any particular way?
No,
Because they're huge.
they're not that big.
They're like this big.
You just have to peel it, take all the peel away, and then cut it in cubes. And this is really what it looks like. You know, let me show everyone. So it's a pretty simple. Sorry, I'm just gotta get. So this is what it looks like, right? So there's the butternut squash already cut in very small cubes because I want it really tender. And I cut the apples just in small cubes as well. And look at Stephen, we have an apple orchard in our yard, and Stephen picked some of the apples, and that's, you know, those are the apples that I use. And again, it's pretty simple. You want to come closer, Stephen? So it's pretty simple, you know, cutting the apples. And by the way, the rule of thumb is get apples that you would eat. So if they're nice and sweet and you like to eat them, those are the apples that you get for this recipe.
Yeah, but there's also so many varieties of apple. You know what my favorite apples are? Pink Lady champagne apples. They're really sweet, but they're like my best. You can't always find them, but they're really, really great, really good.
But here's the deal.
But what kind of apples did you say you use?
No. For these ones, I use the apples that we got in our orchard. And to be honest with you, I don't know what kind of apples. But normally I use Gala, Pink Lady. For this recipe, I don't worry. You know, again, I go by, if I eat the apple, I would use the apple. Because what you want is you want the apple, the sweetness, the tartness of the apple to enhance the soup flavor. Now, if you're making apple pie, you absolutely want to buy the kind of apple that is going to, that is specifically for cooking and baking. And, you know, so that's a different story. But we're not making a pie today.
So there's actual apples that are specific for like a pie?
Yes.
Or baking?
Yes, because you want apples that are
I
going
didn't know that.
to be able to withstand, to hold together when they bake versus fall apart.
Like our
this,
love,
Elix,
like our love. It holds together for 30 years.
oh my Lord, help us all, you know. But in this case, I actually want the apple to fall apart because I want it to blend in the soup. So I already cooked the butternut squash and the apples, you know, and again, this is what it looks like. And Stephen, you may want to lower it a little bit so I can show people. So now you could use vegetable stock. I use chicken stock. You could use water if you prefer not to use any stock whatsoever. But I just use the chicken stock because it adds some flavor. Now to this, there's many ways that you could do this. I use an emergent blender to do this. You could actually put this in the blender, and that's fine. I mean, it depends on what it is that you want. You know, some people like to have soup that is silky and that there's no, you know, chunks of the actual vegetable. I happen to like it a little bit chunky, so that's why I'm using the emergent blender instead of putting it in the blender. But look at, you know, what's happening here. This is actually blending all together, the apples and the butternut squash. So that is what I'm doing. And once we get these nice and blended, then I'm gonna add the flavor to the soup. And then we're gonna let it simmer again, and really that's about it. So you can talk amongst yourself while I finish this.
How can I? It's like I'm at a construction site. What? Huh? I can't hear. But it smells good as of right now. So
yeah, no, it's definitely
But you don't have to do that.
No, you could actually, once this is done, you could have put it in the blender and have blended by batches. But again, my preference is I like soup that is that has some consistency in it. So I prefer to use this American blender instead. And it actually does a really good job, to be honest with you. So it's almost there. Is there anything else you want to say while I finish this?
It's hard to talk.
Okay, it's hard. I know. So we're gonna get this done. If you guys have any questions, oh my God, Steven. Yes. So the apples, use apples that are, apple that you would eat. I think this is just about it. Let me just make sure. So I think we're done.
Can I just say something here? See that thing he's using? If I saw that in the kitchen, I wouldn't, or if I saw it in the bathroom, I would just want to start wrapping my hair around it, like to curl it or something. Does that look like a blender? Not to me. Just saying.
It's an emergent blender.
Emergent.
Yes. You immerse it in whatever it is that you are, especially if you're making soup or you're making sauces.
That smells so great.
As you can see, look at this. It's already looking somewhat silky. There are still some chunks of, butternut squash and apple. And I like it that way. If you want it completely silky and with no chunks of anything, then you just put it in a regular blender, and that would be it. So this looks good to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn the heating low. So to this, now we're going to add all the flavors.
Now here comes the fun part.
Can you move it a little bit so that we can see ourselves?
He's very pushy. That's because
yeah, right there is good. So
I think you can see both, right?
yeah, I think so. Can you guys see everything? Beautiful. So now we're gonna add the flavors. So we're gonna add a little bit of ginger. And I'll tell you about the kind of ginger that I use. A little bit of cinnamon.
That's all right. Tomorrow I'm going to be crippled like this. But yeah, as long as I look good and you can see me.
This is a teaspoon of cinnamon. And this is just to add that fall flavor. Just like last time, I love to use grated nutmeg. And we don't use a lot of nutmeg. A lot of nutmeg, can make stuff bitter. Oops.
There goes the nutmeg.
Where did it go? Did it go in here? No, it fell outside.
No, it didn't. It's outside. It's out.
Where did it fall?
Somewhere. Rolled under the. This is a blooper.
No, it's okay. It's just making sure.
I don't see it.
Well, I'm pretty sure it fell outside because I didn't see it here. But anyways, if it did, it's just it's a blooper, and that's okay. A pinch of salt, always. Add a little pinch of salt because it balances the flavors. And this is what is this? This is a little cayenne pepper because you want a little spice with the sweetness to balance both. And again, not a lot of it, but you want a little kick in the background.
A little zest.
Yes.
Kick, like the Rockettes.
Oh, there it is.
This is the nutmeg, baby.
Yeah. But it's already smelling really good. Now, I like my butternut squash soup a little, have a little bit of sugar, not a lot of sugar. So, I'm going to, this is a quarter cup, but I'm not going to use the whole quarter cup.
Is that brown sugar?
It's brown sugar. You know, brown sugar has molasses and pumpkin or butternut squash. By the way,
So you should use brown sugar and not regular sugar.
yeah, not a lot. I mean, I just really just use a little pinch. We're gonna taste it, and then we're gonna decide whether the flavor is good enough. If we want it a little sweeter, we'll add a little bit more sugar. But right now, I mean, Steven, looks beautiful, to be honest with you. And it smells
so
really
great.
divine. It smells like fall. And by the way, I use butternut squash, but you could use pumpkin. You know, if you rather use pumpkin for this recipe, absolutely not a problem. I've actually used pumpkin before, so. And you know, look at one of the things I love is that you can still see some of the chunks of apple and some of the little chunks of butternut squash. So it's not, you know, completely silky smooth, but that's my preference. You can do
But some people
whatever.
can make it completely smooth.
Absolutely. If that is what you want, put it in the blender and then serve it that way. But for me, I like to use the emergent blender and just have it a little, you know, have a little chunks of what it is that you're eating. So I think what I would like to do, Steven, is I like to taste just to get a sense as to how we're doing taste-wise.
And tasty too.
And this is not it though. We're adding one more ingredient, but before I do that, I just wanted to tell you, be careful, please. So far, so good. So the last ingredient, yes, so far so good. So the last ingredient that I like to add, now some people use milk, whole milk, some people use half and half. If you want it heavier, I don't. I love using this combination of almond and coconut milk simply because it is healthier. It's also, you know, it can be vegan if you are interested in making it vegan. So if this is 2 cups, and this is what's going to add richness to the soup. Okay?
I didn't see that coming.
Yes. So now it becomes super rich, but in a healthy way. I mean, yes, can you use half and half? Of course you can. But half and half is heavy, and I just prefer to use something lighter. And again, both the almond coconut milk blend adds just complements the butternut squash and apple flavor beautifully. And this is it, really, Steven. There's nothing more to it. I gotta check the rules.
What about the sour cream that's here? Did you already go over that?
Oh, yes, hold on one second, Steven.
See, that's typical in the kitchen. Elix's kitchen. Oh shit. Ah shit.
Look at how beautiful.
Look at
So
that.
they just came out of the oven, and I'm gonna let them rest. And while they rest,
That's like, you know what? That's like a mattress that when it cools down, you lay on it and then you just turn around and just start eating.
so do you want to show people what I'm doing here a little bit? So I am actually brushing them with butter. They're hot, and I mean, these rolls are to die for, by the way. To die for. Okay, so so now we are going to do another taste just to make sure our soup
Is good.
Good. If there's anything else that we need to add, we could add more cinnamon, we can add more nutmeg, we could add a little bit more sugar if it needs it. Let's see.
Another taste.
Very good.
Wow.
So the flavors that come through are the ginger. Can you feel the kick?
I can.
Of the cayenne pepper. It's sort of in the background. And so yeah, so after it's done, I'm gonna let it simmer for a little bit, a little longer. After it's done, I will serve it with some sour cream. You could use creme fraiche,
Cream. Fresh.
creme fraiche.
Yes.
Also, I often use creme fraiche. Oh my God, I can't speak.
Creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche often, but today I'm gonna use a little sour cream because I couldn't find French.
You know what? I can't
whatever.
keep helping you.
And then some unsalted
Creme fraiche.
pumpkin seeds. Creme fraiche. Creme fraiche.
That's like a tongue
Yeah.
twister. Creme fraiche.
So we're gonna let this simmer for a little bit, Stephen. And while we do that, you could maybe do some of your readings.
I could get into just loving
Are
people
there
here.
any questions?
Yeah. Any questions about the recipe?
Thank you. Thank you. How many apples? Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I use an entire butternut
Thanks,
squash
Joanne.
and 4 apples. Okay. And apples, you peel them, you cut them in, smaller squares, similar to the butternut squash, so that they all cook somewhat evenly. And that is really, in essence, it. 2 cups of stock, whether it's chicken stock, vegetable stock, or you could use water. By the way, I've done this before where I actually use apple cider. So I use a cup of stock and a cup of cider. But today I only use chicken stock. And then you just flavor it with cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, cayenne pepper, just a pinch of cayenne pepper for a little kick. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. Can you post the recipe?
Yes,
Absolutely.
we'll post the cayenne pepper.
Absolutely.
That's what we'll post.
But anyways, we're gonna let it simmer a little bit. And Stephen, you can do a little reading, while we get to it.
So, I've heard a lot of things. I don't know. A lot of weird things. I've never heard the combination of a cayenne pepper. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something out. So exactly, Joanne Pekka. So Karen, why? I think it's just part of the craziness that we both bring to this, right? Karen said we should edit it out. Yeah, I think we should leave it in. So, but let's just do this.
Edit what out?
This is the cayenne pepper. Now you go to bed thinking about the cayenne pepper. So just saying. I know, Kim. I get some problems. So any questions? I see people here, and I also see Joanne. Every time I look at your message, are you messaging something? There's a guy, a thin guy, standing behind you, and I'm trying to figure out. He's been gone for a while, like at least over 5 years. And Joanne, also he talks about the birthday or the anniversary that's right now. Something's really, really close. Usually when I see a bouquet of flowers, it's 2 weeks back, 2 weeks forward. So, hey, Diana, you're late for the kitchen. You're late to the party. So, what's that saying? There's a saying when people are late. I can't think of it. And anyway, so let me get back to Joanne. So, I Kim, I know for a long, long time. The cayenne pepper hour. Yeah. So my dad was very thin. You know what, Joanne? There's what is the birthday or anniversary of death? There's something going on that he's just standing behind you. He's standing behind you. He also just keeps saying, before he died, there was a sort of, I don't know, like revelation with him. It's Diana, you've been here. I love it. That he changed things before he died. I don't know if he was giving a different perspective to you guys. You know, I don't know if he could speak right up until the end, but when he could speak, it just seems like he got into a very more emotional place before he passed away. And he is my Ava's birthday was last. Oh, that's what it is. Your daughter. I love it. I love that her grandpa is giving that as a validation. But he just keeps just saying that he owes so much of that to you. It's very interesting. Your dad said the communication and lack of communication. I think he died September. Oh wow! So that's August 1st. So that's like just about a little bit more than 2 weeks back. So it's your dad too. So it's gonna be. But just he said communication or lack of communication. So he is just talking about from his perspective things that maybe he didn't necessarily say. But it's not really about that. It's really about his perspective and how you helped him with it. He just wants to give you a big thank you for that, and just keeps hugging and hugging. I don't know who Bob is. There's Bob, and there's also like William or Wayne. There's a, and I don't know if these people are living across, but there's I keep hearing Bob or Barbara. There's something around you, Joanne. So he had cancer and lived with me, and we had a lot of emotional conversation at the end until he. Oh wow. Joanne. So, he's thanking you for that. And that was, honestly, Joanne, that was, again, from his perspective, one of the greatest things in his life. Obviously bearing, I'm sure getting married, having his kids, having you and anybody else. But that was really, he just said it brought him to a level that he had never been at or in when he was in the physical world. So I know you probably know this, but he's just giving this big hug and shout out and kiss, saying thank you for that, Joanne. That period of time was pretty amazing and pretty impressive. Where's Bob come in? Barbara, Bob, I keep hearing. I don't know if he's living or she's living or cross, but your father keeps giving that. His picture memorial is right next to me on the wall. I love it, Joanne. I love that. So he's just, he wants to make sure he's giving that as a validation. When you talked about your girls, Joanne, I know you said one of them, Ava, I think it was Ava that just had her birthday. Something just came or something is coming up with one of those girls. So one of the girls is either getting some kind of like recognition, or maybe like, I don't know, like something just came to them or is coming to them. And your father keeps pointing to the girls. I can't tell which one it is. That there's something they're waiting for, or a surprise, maybe like a school curriculum, or someone like was honored with something, but there's something here. So Barbara is his only sibling left. Oh, no wonder why he keeps saying Barbara. Yeah, it's because she's the only one left. So he just said 5 too. I don't know if there's 5 of them, but he just said 5, unless that's something else connected with you. Your dad also just said somebody, I don't know if it's your family, Joanne, but something close to you. Somebody found out they had a child, or there was a brother or a sister later in life. There was like a half sibling or a half brother or a half sister. It's, your father just put the bubble around you, which just means that if it's not your family, it's something connected to you, like family. Like friends, but very, very close. I don't know what this is. It just feels like a surprise that somebody figures out that there's, I can hear someone saying potentially they think there's another sibling or somebody in the family. I don't know even at that point if they found out the person was crossed or not, but something like that. So, so make sure, Joanne, hopefully you got that and you keep that with you. But I love that. I love that Joanne's dad is just taking advantage of this. And your dad, Joanne, said that he's the one that you think you were coming on, because I know earlier when I posted this on Facebook or Instagram, you said, I'm definitely going to come on because that sounds really good. But I will tell you, your father said he controlled that. So he only met 5 of his grandkids. My sister had my nephew later in life. Oh my God, Joanne. wow, I love how he does 5, just to let you know it's him, really, right? And then I also love that he really did meet all 6 because he sees all of them, and he's he also has a really great presence in the family. He's much more aware and alert in spirit of the entire family. It almost feels like before, I don't know if he felt like that wasn't much of his business, or he just didn't get involved like crazy involved. You know how some family members know everything, and your dad was a little bit not like that for whatever reason. So he net wow. Um, so hopefully you know that, of course, maybe not physically, but every way else, he certainly did meet them and is always with them. That's why he's talking, Joanne, what is with the girls? Why does he keep talking about this? Something's coming or something just came. Maybe it's one of the girls switched schools or getting to some kind of curriculum, or they was trying to get one of them into something. I don't know what your father's talking about, but it's something with one of those girls. I don't know which one it is. So he was very introverted. Yeah, not. I got to tell you, Joanne, not anymore. He's very extroverted and knowing everything that's going on, all coming from such a beautiful place of love. And also just said he loves, Joanne, that you are so strong. She's my strongest, and just so, I mean, I know this because I know you, just very empathetic and compassionate, but your father's just reiterating that. So just to give you another a lot of love. He's talking about a tattoo too. I don't know if somebody's got a tattoo for him. um the house is on fire, but I'll keep doing the readings, Joanne. So everything around me would be burnt, but I'll get your father's messages through you, right? So here's this one. So they are going to homecoming soon, and Kara is going into CTE at school and is so excited to start carpentry. Oh my God, that's what he's talking about. I don't know what CTE is, if that's the same as carpentry, but that's what your dad's talking about. He just wants to make sure you know that he knows and how he's watching those girls. And much like you, those girls are also very, very connected. So just leaving you with that, Joanne. Just dad is giving this big, huge hug and just how much he loves you. And he said, I don't have to say this because it won't happen, but he said, honey, don't ever change who you are. And I love how he said he doesn't really have to say that because, he's kind of funny. If it hasn't happened now, it's not going to happen. By the way, there's a grandmother also that's, I don't know, but it feels like it's your mother's mother, because she's coming from this side, the right side, so that's maternal, that's also stepping forward. She just said rose. There's a flower or the rose name, or someone's got like a rose tattoo, or roses, something's connected with rose. So, career tech. Wow, I got it. So I love that. I love that dad knows that. So just keep that with you. And it's a big hug from your dad, right? Just a very big hug. Yeah, I mean, your father keeps saying he's done, but he just also said something needs to be fixed, or was just fixed at your place, like a door or a wall. I don't know if someone just did something or needs to do something, but something. Your father is showing that he knows everything that's going on. So I love your dad. We've never met Joanne's dad, but I love him. So it's just giving that as a great validation. So. Where are we with the soup?
I think the soup is done, the rolls are done, so,
Look at that! It's amazing.
We're ready to,
The comments are really slow. I don't know. I have a rose next to his memorial. I love that. I love that connection, Joanne, that he wants to give. Not only just thanking you, but just, he just said a rose for a rose. So, my whole house needs to be. Yeah, I'm not sure that's what he's talking about. It's a doorway or something, like something that like I can feel like a draft coming in. I don't know. It's something that's what he's talking about. So he just said he's not talking about the whole house, Joanne. So just know that. So let's.
yeah, so come closer so you guys can see what this looks like. You may want to show. So again, the soup, I can't hold it like that. The soup looks really delicious. Look how beautiful. It's just beautiful. It smells
Gorgeous.
smells heavenly.
It smells so good, you can actually say it smells gorgeous. Just saying.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So let me just move it here. So this is how I would serve it.
Love you too, Joanne. Thank you for letting me do that.
This is our dinner for tonight.
Din din. We just need some sippy poos and we'll be all set.
So I would just put a little sour cream
Or creme fraiche, just saying.
or creme fraiche at the top right there. And can you guys see? No?
Of course. You can also even see Django and Little Ricky.
And then some. So this
Kim,
is what
it is.
This is what it looks like. So a little sour cream or creme fraiche and some unsalted pumpkin seeds, and voila. Doesn't get any better than that. So Steven, you're gonna have to try a little bit.
Yeah, get yours first.
I'm gonna get mine. And also, oh shit. Okay, so I'm gonna get mine. And again, what I love about not blending the whole thing in the blender is that you can still see some chunks of apple, some chunks of butternut squash, and sour cream, which will go beautifully because it has a little kick to it. And hold on, we can not have some dinner rolls.
Look at Elix is the star here. Everywhere you go, Elix, people can see you.
They can.
Yes. So you should can you do twirls or anything like when you come from there to here?
No,
Just asking.
I cannot.
No, from what I hear, if you're going to like a cotillion or something very formal, is that true that women are supposed to twirl in their entrance? That's why, like women that have a really nice back, they wear these beautiful gowns and there's no back, so that, or there's something very decorative in the gown in the back, so that when they come in, they twirl in. I want to see that, just saying.
So I have mine. Again, look how beautiful that looks. And of course, it can't fail. The rolls just came out of the oven.
Look at this.
So
The Parker House rolls.
yes.
Amazing.
Just once Elix. No.
Just
No, Susan. So you want to move that a little
Yes.
over so we can do our sharing together?
Yes, I cannot wait to show you guys this. I think we're good.
Yeah. Hold on. What would you like? This side? Okay. So let's see. So the way to eat this is you spread that sour cream a little bit.
Spread it, baby. Like not even tasting it. The
Oh my God, it's so good.
The smell is.
It has a little kick to it.
Liz, I know that every day. Liz just said that you are one lucky guy.
Me, I am one lucky
Yes,
guy.
you got me, right?
This is delicious.
No, I think Liz said I'm lucky.
It really is. It's got sweetness. You can taste the apples.
Oh my.
You can taste the butternut squash. It's a
Oh
little
my.
kick that you feel in the back of the throat, but that sour cream helps balances that kick.
Oh my
And
God.
The pumpkin seeds give it a little extra crunch. Use unsalted pumpkin seeds. You don't want to add any added salt or anything to the soup already. And then
Look at this.
it doesn't get better than just, piece of homemade fresh bread. What else? How else? So this is super easy recipe.
These taste. We went to the Parker House and we ordered these.
Yes.
I swear to God, I think Elix's are better than the Parker House rolls. This is, it's like you're eating butter.
Yeah, they're delicious.
It is amazing.
Mhm.
I love it.
Yeah. Super delicious. I love the soup. It's like welcoming fall here for us.
That's that's the best thing too, right? I said this is the time of year. I mean, you can make this soup anytime, but when you get to this time of year, well, I clearly it depends on where you live, but here in New England, you can just the past couple of weeks or so, you can just feel that autumn rolling in. So, which I love, Elix loves, but it's the time for us to start doing soup. Maybe people like down south, when the temperature goes from 80 to 79, maybe they decide they want to do soup too. But here, that's just how it is.
Yeah, and the thing
Kristen loves bread. Oh my God, Kristen.
You would love these bread.
This bread is sick. Parker House rolls he made.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about soup is that you can, like that, I have a whole pot, but that's not going to go to waste because I am going to put that in the refrigerator. You can actually even freeze it if you want it to hold longer. But, there's never a bad day for soup.
No, not at all. So thank you guys. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Getting
today.
to see his soup. We got to figure out how we're going to actually have a place to post these recipes.
Yes.
For people to actually get to see them, and that way you'll have every ingredient listed and get to make it the same way. And you and your family can do the same, right? Make the soup, share it with everybody, and just love what you're doing. So it's all great. And I'll keep you updated on my tooth and my implant. And for God's sakes, when I finish the soup, I got to go find Bert's eyebrows. They're upstairs too. So that's just the way it is.
We love you too.
But
can't wait to see you.
You know what happens before we leave, right?
Yes. You're walking along the street, or you're at a party, or else you're alone and then you suddenly dig. You're looking at someone nice and suddenly realize that this could be the start of something big.
You're lunching at 21 and watching your diet, declining a Charlotte Russe, accepting a fig, and out of the clear blue sky, it's suddenly Guy and Guy, and this could be the start of something big. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next Sunday. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you for everybody that came on, and we're gonna go eat the soup now. So,
Bye.